Good morning, everyone. I am Vice Chair Richard Womack, and I am excited to be here this morning. With all the members of the Health Department, which is led by Laura Warner, our District Attorney's Office led by Jack Stoltheimer, and our friend and partner in this work, Senator Tim Kearney. Along with so many others, we are helping to build a healthier Delaware County, a safer Delaware County, and a stronger community for all who call this place home. Delaware County Council is building a better future for Delaware County, not just for focusing on challenges of today, but the promise of tomorrow. We are working to build a better future for our families, our neighbors, and next generation. And we are doing it by investing in programs and expanding access, eliminating disparities, and to meet people not where we wish they were, but where they are. That's exactly what Test and Go Kiosk program does. I want to especially thank Senator Kearney for his role in helping to connect County Council's Health Department with the opportunity to expand the footprint or Test and Go kiosks. Senator Kearney has been a consistent voice for compassion, for access, and equity. He doesn't just speak up, he shows up. And he has the advocacy that continues to make a meaningful difference in the everyday lives of residents across the country. Today's event here in Upper Darby reflects our shared commitment to meeting communities at the crossroads and the need of opportunity. And with another kiosk coming online, Delaware County Community College, Marple Township campus, we're expanding this program into high-traffic, high-impact locations, places where around-the-clock access open doors to prevention, protection, and peace of mind. So what exactly does these kiosks provide? They offer Narcan, condoms, first aid kits, blankets, and lab quality testing. Yes, but more than that, they offer tools, safety, peace of mind, and they offer small but powerful acts of support for residents who are too often left behind and left out, but marked by gaps in access and barriers to care. Here at the 69th Street Transportation Terminal, Delaware County Community College, Marple Township, Yaden Wellness Center, Keystone First Wellness, and Opportunity Center in Chester, and the Government Center in Media. They all have the kiosk locations. This initiative reflects Council's broader commitment to healthy equality. These kiosks remove barriers, whether it's transportation, clinic hours, or stigma, and provide reliable, no-cost service that support public health. Together with the support of leaders like Senator Kearney, the DA Jack Stoltheimer, and our Health Department, Laura Warner, who will continue to build a stronger, healthier Delaware County and build a better future for those who call Delaware County home. Thank you. I would now like to bring up the director of our Delaware County Health Department, none other than Laura Warner.
Welcome, everybody, and thank you for those amazing remarks, County Council Vice Chair Womack. We really want to thank all of our partners and their support and enthusiasm that's helping bring these public health visions to life. We're really grateful to Delaware County Community College and SEPTA for opening their facilities and being willing to assist us in reaching residents. And a special thank you to the DA's office, Jack, for advocacy and leadership for crucial life-saving initiatives like gun safety and harm reduction strategies. And as Vice Chair Womack said, Senator Kearney was invaluable, his connections in helping us get here to SEPTA. So thank you. So in the spring of 2024, Delaware County Health Department tasked ourselves, how can we offer public health resources and make it more available to our residents, make it more convenient? And that's where this program was born out of, so it's been going since September, and now we had 3, and as you heard, we've got 2 new ones. It's really building on the success. We really hope to continue to do this work with our residents. We saw these machines at a national conference and realized that they solved a problem that we had. How do we make public health resources accessible and convenient? These machines offer quick, reliable testing with confidential results, plus life-saving tools with harm reduction, everything our community needs in one place. So I guess some of that was covered a little bit by Vice Chair Womack, so I'll go ahead and just talk a little bit more about these machines. I think you heard that all the items inside are free for all residents to use, and since September 2024, we have dispensed nearly 2,000 public health products to our residents, and we just know that will grow after being installed in these high-traffic locations. So for all the products, except for the laboratory ones, you just answer a few quick questions on that panel, your product drops out, you're ready to go. For the laboratory test, we do need a little more information from you because we want you to get your result. So you'll have to give us a little more details on how to contact you so you can get that back from us. So we encourage everybody here, take control of your own health anytime on your own terms. We've learned a lot from this launch since September. We'll continue to get more data from these new machines, and we're going to continue to serve our residents. Thank you again for being here and for our partners and your commitment to public health and safety. And now, I very much want to introduce our TA, Dr. John Salzheimer. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you for your work for everyone in Delaware County. Thank you for your partnership. You know, the Public Health Department in Delaware County and the District Attorney's Office are essentially in the same business, public safety. So we're more than happy to partner with you. And I'm really happy to be here today at 69th Street. You know, my dad was a SEPTA bus driver growing up. So I spent about half my childhood in the 69th Street terminal. My dad used to always tell the riders on his buses that 69th Street was the Delaware County's gateway to the world. And that's even more true now than it was back then. So I'm proud to be here with you all today. And I just want to talk a moment about some of the products that are in this dispensary, the kiosk. One of them is Narcan, which is a substance that is simply a life-saving substance for people who suffer from substance use disorder. And there's also test strips here for people who are drug users and want to make sure that they're using drugs safely. The reason that's so important, and I just want to make a shout out here to President Trump. Earlier this month, the Office of Drug Policy under the President put out a really holistic paper, a policy paper, on how we in law enforcement are going to work together to do something about the drug problem in this country. This holistic approach included encouraging local governments to do what Delaware County has already done, which is to make Narcan and drug test strips widely available to the public. We are all in the same business of saving people's lives. So I want to just say to anybody who might be talking to the president in the days to come, Delaware County is already ahead of you. We just need continued funding to keep this program going and to expand it. I've heard he may watch TV news every once in a while, so if some of you guys can get that message to the president, we'd be really thankful. And I'm also really appreciative about the gun locks that are also in these kiosks. You know, when I got elected district attorney, I was determined to do something about the gun violence here in Delaware County, particularly in the city of Chester, but all over Delaware County. And there is one thing that should never be political in this country anymore, and that's the idea of gun safety. You know, too many people think it's a left or a right issue, and that we've got special interest groups on both sides who want to fight about it. That's not what this issue is about. Everyone, gun owners and people who live in the community, everyone agrees that if we have guns, we have to keep them safe. These gun locks that are free, that through my office we're making available to people in Delaware County, all over the county, are literally going to save people's lives. Just think about the young child who won't die because somebody left a gun unattended if there's a lock on it. And you'll understand how important it is to keep these deadly weapons safe. So I want to just thank the Public Health Department, the Delaware County Council for taking the lead on making us ahead of the curve as to so many other areas where we're trying to keep people safe. And I'm really thankful that the DA's office can be part of this. And now I want to turn it over to one of the, probably the greatest state senator in the entire state Senate in Pennsylvania, our local state senator, Tim Kearney.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Hello, Upper Darby. It's really great to be here at 69th Street. It's always good to be in Upper Darby. Upper Darby, I always describe as the beating heart of the 26th District in my, who I represent in the Senate. It's really an honor to be here today. You know, one of the things I've learned in public service is that some of the best solutions come from listening, really, really listening to what our communities need. So today's a great example of what can happen when we not only listen, but we work together to act. I'm proud to have played a role in helping secure the location for this Test and Go kiosk because I believe that local and state partners can come together with a purpose, and when that happens, great things happen, and greater benefits are available to our constituents. Access to health care should never be a luxury. It should be something you count on right in your neighborhood. These kiosks are about making things easier, safer, more accessible to people who may not always have time or the means to get to a hospital or to urgent care. I want to thank SEPTA. I want to thank Delaware County Council, the District Attorney's Office, and of course, the Delaware County Health Department for recognizing this need and for being willing to meet people where they are. This is really what a partnership looks like. And this is how we keep our communities safe, supported, and informed.
This is tight end Alec Goddard for the Philadelphia Eagles, reminding you to always stand behind the yellow line.
So stay behind the yellow line, and thanks for being here today.
Tight end Alec Goddard for the Philadelphia Eagles, reminding you to always stand behind the yellow line.
We'll take questions from members of the press if you have any.
So there are 5 of them total. How much do they cost to keep stocked? How often it's actually, we have monitoring ongoing all the time to tell us when the stock drops below and one needs refilling. Yep, it's all on the cloud, so we can monitor that from our desktop. We get alerts, and we have a courier that will then refill the machines. We do run out sometimes. It's not an endless supply, so sometimes you will see that we might run out of an item from time to time, but we will always get refilled. We are spending about $15,000 a month for the 5 machines at this time. So. This is where we're going to hold for now. We're going to see how that goes.
You were talking about meeting people where they are, and I guess that's why this was one of the picked locations. Can you talk about, what are some of the items in there that you think are going to make the biggest difference?
Well, it's hard to pick just one. I'm excited about them all, but I know that the most popular dispensed items so far in the existing machines has been the COVID home tests and the first aid kits. I think we may see differences by location now. So I mean, I'm like I said, I'm excited about them all. So.
I'm better out of focus. And just so you know, 1 gun lock has already been dispensed here this morning. This morning. That's pretty cool. 1 life saved.
Why did you decide to go down those
Yeah. So when I started as a federal prosecutor in the firearms section in the U.S. Attorney's Office, the president at that time, President Bush, started something called Project Safe Neighborhoods. And so every federal district was supposed to figure out what the gun violence problem is in their district and do something about it. For a lot of places, it's gun safety. And so for a lot of our federal partners, what they did was they got gun locks and distributed them throughout the community. I think we've kind of lost focus on that in recent years. My Deputy District Attorney, Matt Krause, who runs our gun violence task force, has been on me from the beginning. We got to get these gun locks. I'm not always sure where he gets them, but he gets them. And until we had a health department here, we really, as law enforcement agency, didn't have a way of getting them out to the community. people don't really generally want to run up to a police officer or a prosecutor and say, hey, can I have a gun lock, or can I have some Narcan? It was the same problem. They took over the distribution of Narcan. When I got elected district attorney, we had all the Narcan in Delaware County in the basement of my office, and we were responsible under Pennsylvania Department of Health to get it out to people. That's generally not a good way of doing it. So I was such a strong supporter of the establishment of the health department because they're doing things that are partnering with us to keep people safe that we literally can't do. And so I'm really thankful that they have these items in here. Any way we can get a gun lock into anybody's hands who needs it anywhere, we were going to do it. Call my office, come to a kiosk, anything we can do to keep people alive. Any other questions for all these people? We're standing behind the yellow line, so we're not going to get interrupted again. Going once, going twice. Well, thank you all for coming. Laura, thank you so much for doing this. Give her a round of applause. Yeah.